嘘で書いて戻れない。死亡なんてやってこない。奪ったように奪われて今日だって構わない。思ったように騙せない。腐っている僕には腐ったものがわからない。おいでここまで僕と分かってももう抱きしめなくていいんだよ。僕が分かったらもう一度笑っててんだな。幻だって死ぬんだよ。嘘つきだって死ぬんだよね。ノーだっていうはずが挙動ってイエスを声に出す。後悔の脆弱は騙しだ方が正義なの。人だって構わない。祈っておいてそれはない。飾っていた超絶が墓穴を掘って焼ける様。おいめどこまで僕を叱ってよ。正直者が夢みたいなら僕をさばいてよ。最後まで甘えてしまうのは僕霊だって死ぬんだよ。僕だって死ぬんだよね。限ないものを残ったが僕じゃない僕に出会ってよ。それでも前に進んだの。クラクラしちゃう夜の限ない僕を愛してよ。猫がなら僕を育てたの。君には僕が見えるかな。孤独な家のが僕と分かってももう抱きしめなくていいんだよ。僕が分かったらもう一度笑ってくれんかな。僕を叱ってよ。正直者が夢みたいなら僕をさばいてよ。最後まで甘えてしまうのは僕を暴いてよ。もう時期終わるこの世界から僕と踊ってよ。最初からいないのはかけた。幻だって死ぬんだよ。嘘つきだって死ぬんだよ。僕霊だって死ぬんだよ。どうだっていいことを嘘って書いて戻れない。思考なんてやってこない。奪ったように奪われて
Doobie doobie doo. Si tú quieres bailar, jugar, pintar, cantar, tú puedes venir a mi casa. La idea es compartir, te vas a divertir. Si quieres venir a mi casa, quiero invitar a jugar amigas a todas mis amigas y amigos. Quiero saltar, bailar y lo que tengo compartir contigo. Chippy chippy chapa chapa doobie doobie da 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 mahikomi doobie doobie boom 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 boom. Chippy chippy chapa chapa doobie doobie da 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 mahikomi doobie doobie boom. Si tú quieres cantar, yo te voy a enseñar. Si quieres venir a mi casa, yo digo a mi mamá que diga a tu mamá que deje venir de mi casa. Tengo un único regalón que si le das un biberón no llora, no llora. Y en mi libreta una canción que todos vamos a cantar ahora. Chippy chippy chapa chapa doobie doobie da 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 mahikomi doobie doobie boom boom boom. compartir, te vas a divertir. Si quieres venir a mi casa, quiero invitar a jugar a mi casa todas mis amigas y amigos. Quiero saltar, bailar y lo que tengo compartir contigo. Si tú quieres cantar, yo te voy a enseñar. Si puedes venir a mi casa, yo digo a mi mamá que diga a tu mamá que deje venir de mi casa. Tengo un único regalo que si le das un biberón no llora, no llora. Y en mi libreta una canción que todos vamos a cantar ahora. Chipi chipi chapa chapa dubi dubi da 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 mágico mi dubi dubi boom 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 boom. Chipi chipi chapa chapa dubi dubi da 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 mágico mi dubi dubi boom.
Okay, oh,
Chipi chipi chapa chapa dubi dubi da 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 mágico mi dubi dubi boom 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 boom. Chipi chipi chapa chapa.
Can you hear me now?
Mágico mi dubi dubi boom. Chipi chipi chapa chapa dubi dubi da 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 mágico mi dubi dubi.
let's see. Boring music. Alright, how's that? Hang on. I'll bring it up on my phone. Alright, testing, testing. Oh, I can hear me. I did have all this working, and then of course when I got here all the things decided to play up and I was running late as well, but I'm here now and it seems to be working. So hello, you guys can hopefully see me through the low light camera. It is a bit laggy, but it's going to be in the corner most of the time. Still too loud? Yeah, this is going to be laggy, this one, but that's alright. This is the first time a lot of the technical... Oh, music down more? Let's put it down a fair bit. Or I can actually boost the microphone up if I can see where that is. But yeah, hello. So, finally I got everything working, hopefully. So, this is the telescope. Over here, you'll see it when the frame comes through in a moment. Maybe I'll work out ways to get better frame rates on that through next time. But first time, there has already been scuff. But yeah, so welcome to the astronomy night. Oh, hang on, I need to send a pinned message. Great, it's well done. All right, let's see if I can work out how to pin that. Let's see. My keyboard is not lighting up for some reason, so maybe I'll fix that. My computer is running somehow a lot slower, despite it being plugged in to a battery just as it would at home. But yeah, you'll be set. See here on the side of the screen, it should flash on the camera in just a moment, that I've got everything running off a battery. So that pretty much limits how late I can stay up. The other thing is work gave me a morning class to take. Oh, are you still there? Yep, I'm still there. Work gave me a morning class to take. So I'm kind of capped in how late I can stay out tonight anyway. Here we go. Come on. Oh, hi. Rocky's here too, even though it's Well, hopefully not quite as early as it was gonna be. But yeah, it's good to see you guys. I'm glad you could all make it. If I can just get my, maybe I'll just chat using, does anyone wanna spell check my message? Then I can pin that as a warning, just in case. So, but yeah, fortunately, it's a really nice night. There's a little bit of wind, but it's quietened down, so we should get fairly stable images. I have got, well, I'm not quite sure how many we'll be able to get, depending on how quick it takes to find them. Could be anywhere between, I don't know, maybe 6 or 12 different space objects you might get to see tonight. I'm basically going to try and do this a lot like how I do this when I'm sort of doing a star party in person. So, yeah, somebody's going to need to type out that again, because for some reason, I bet it's because it's trying to run the astrophotography and the stream stuff at the same time. My computer is not letting me type very much, but yeah. So right now I have just got the telescope hooked up and pointed at some calibration objects for a little while, because the first thing I gotta do, well, when I arrive here, is to get all this thing set up. And if the telescope is not correctly attached to, no, what am I saying? If the telescope is not correctly, I'm actually looking for my torch right now. If the telescope is not correctly aligned with the sky, what happens is we get drift. And I'm expecting we'll get a bit of drift anyway, but hopefully, yeah, Gikambi's message, I see. Yeah, so hopefully everyone's doing well. All right, I have the camera in. So if that lights up on my screen, yeah, I've made, oh, I recognize this name. So, oh, yeah, I will point out, so this is going to be a bit of an experiment, this one. As you can see, some things are working, some things are not quite working. I'm hoping to do maybe one of these every 2 months. So, but yeah, I actually have the headlamp mounted on the, so I will just point out, Horizontal Vertex is one of my IRL friends who you might get to meet on stream in the future. So, but that's the plan, if hopefully we can work out everything that's working with here. So I've got a whole bunch of different scenes. We've got ones here where I can emphasize what's going to be happening on with the astrophotography, or ones with the camera. I've also got this one, which, hasn't loaded. I will work out why that's not working. If we need to look up something for the internet. I've got this scene. I've got to focus on images so that we can see this. I haven't yet got it so that it can just update automatically. So right now it's just going to be the images I took on my own. Oh, and I also have this one. So I know some of you on the internet, I might have mentioned this. I've actually got, for future streams, I'm going to have a little PNG tuber, which is on the way sometime. So hopefully we can do a debut stream with that, and on one of my morning off, I might try just some gaming streams, and then hopefully it'll have that be sitting there yapping away while I'm wandering around. But yeah, so let's hook up the camera and see what we can see. So we're just at the start of Milky Way season here. Alright, let me make sure that my cord is long enough. So, let's see, that's working. That's working. Alright. Close. I'm hoping that we can see the Lagoon Nebula tonight. So yeah, I think I said this already, but I'm gonna try and treat this a lot like I do a star party when we've got new people. We're gonna look at a few special objects. Let me see, camera is loading. So, oh, okay. Camera is coming through. Let's see. Camera, all right. So, you will see this one, it is gonna flicker. It is going to jump about a bit while I keep the camera off that. Hang on. Let's see if I can pin the message. It can be sent. Oh, I can hear myself now. Yeah, the internet is surprisingly holding up reasonably well. Let me see. I need to be in mod view for that. Oh, I know the mod tools. Come on. And in. Perfect. Just in case somebody wants to do it. So the way this works is, I've got the telescope here. This telescope here. This is a Skywatcher PDS 150. So it's got at the back a 6-inch mirror. That's the bit that actually collects the light. Inside here is a second mirror, and that secondary mirror, what that's going to do is it's going to go and bounce it to either the eyepiece, or in our case, the camera here. So first thing I've got to do is find something to point this at. So let's go with something. Ooh, I know what we can start with. Let me see. So first thing is, I'm going to point this telescope at a... Let's go with something easy to start with. Yeah, Cami, I get that. It's so true. Now, so, we're going to be looking at deep sky objects tonight. And what that means is pretty much anything beyond the solar system. So, you'll be seeing nebulas, deep sky objects. If I'm really ambitious, there is a galaxy up that I could potentially point it at. I've not had that much luck aiming at galaxies, but let's start by looking at some of the things around the Southern Cross. So, here we go. All right, here's the Southern Cross. Hopefully, let's start with, so the Southern Cross. We've got a couple of weird stars in the Southern Cross. Most of them are actually multiple stars. Like the big bright two down the bottom. The big one down the bottom is actually they're not entirely sure. It's somewhere between 3 and 7 stars, all overlapping. The other one, that'll be at the top from our point of view, and it should be in our view in just a sec. Called, what's that one? Mimosa? Yeah, that's Mimosa. What's that one? That's a double star, I believe. Another set of blue supergiants. So, but yeah, with the constellations, they're all, but none of them really represent a realist. Oh, I've taken a little bit off. Hold on. Oh, yeah. This is actually, I'm not going to say exactly where I am, but I'm somewhere northwest of Sydney. I'm not very far from a river, and it's actually getting surprisingly good signal. I've got it running at 720 right now, I believe, because I didn't know if the system would cope, but it seems to be going okay. Let's see. So what I'm hunting for right now is I'm going to try and find the jewel box cluster, which is a cluster of stars. Stars that they live together. They formed usually together. Oh, there's a cord tangled here. Hold on. Usually when I have friends and stuff here, which gets this stuff working a little bit sooner, but not tonight. Not hopefully in the future. So basically, this is a bunch of stars that all live together. They form close together. They stay gravitationally bound to each other for most of their lives, but as the cluster gets older and older, they gradually drift away. So if I have found it, this one's pretty easy to find. It's also quite pretty, and I haven't actually seen what this one looks like through a camera yet. So hopefully, if I can get it all lined up. Well, looks like I'm in about the right place. Alright, lining it up. I found the object. Let's see. Are we going the right way? I have found it. Found it. So right now what I'm seeing, and what you'll see in a sec, is a little triangle right in the middle of my viewfinder. As soon as I can get this in position, I'm going to switch over to the camera, and hopefully I can zoom in a little bit. These motors are kind of slow. Alright, let's see if we can see this. Oh yeah, so it's a pretty unusual with the bottom star of the Southern Cross. That's Alpha Crucius. It's dominated by, I believe it's, oh, I did have some cheat notes here of the objects I planned, but it's probably among my stuff. Maybe I'll find that before I look at some of the more complicated objects. But yeah, it's got a couple of unusual stars. The one at the top, what's that? Garcrux. That one is actually, wait, what am I doing? Is this the streamer brain effect? I keep trying to put the wrong thing into the wrong bit. This is why this is gonna, bit of a test. But yeah, the one at the top is a, what's called an optical double. There's two giant red stars. They so close that if we did get the telescope on them, I don't think we'd be able to see them apart. They look like they're overlapping, but they're actually separated by about, it's like 200 light years. One of them is about 200 light years behind the other one. One of them's close-ish at 88. The other one's like 250 something. But let's see. Okay, I have got things on my vision. So all I need to do now is focus. Hopefully. Let's see. It's not moving, which is a good sign. That means my alignment attempt got us pretty close. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's just me wobbling it. Oh, we're getting there. A little bit sharper. A little bit sharper. Yeah, so this telescope kit, much of this is second-hand. I bought this second-hand several years ago and have been slowly upgrading it and repairing it and patching it up ever since. Sometimes I look for stuff on special or second-hand. So it's gonna wobble a little bit, but oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's knock down the exposure a little bit. So right now my screen is fully occupied by the telescope controls. So unless I can get my phone giving me chat, I won't see what you're saying for these bits. It's still lagging for me a little bit. So right now I'm just going to adjust the exposure to try and find a good balance between seeing the thing and getting it to update. What? Okay, that's not enough. There we go. Do a bit more than that. Oh, you know what? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with this setting here called binning. I'm going to lose a bit of resolution, but I might get a bit more brightness. So, yeah. See your message there. I'm very tempted, so horizontal vertex. I keep almost accidentally using your real name. I don't know, maybe if we do one where it is us in person, I might just use first names. Let me know if you want us to do this a certain way. Oh, hang on, I haven't switched scene. Let's go to the astrophoto focus scene so you guys can properly see what we're looking at. But yeah, this is working. This is good. It looks like, oh, it's not quite working. There's some bits that are not supposed to be hanging out of the scene there, but close enough. Cool. So, I am going to go and grab the list of space objects so that I prepared, so that I didn't have to think too hard about what objects we were going to see, and then we'll pick something from that. All right, here we go. This is my cheat sheet. So, whew, it is cold. Ooh, I might need to go grab my other thing. Yeah, that is true for sure. Speaking about it, 1TW1 is a little bit hard to use, but I still like it. So I'm sticking with it, at least, unless I come up with something much better down the track. So this one here we've got is the Jewel Box Nebula. Not nebula, this is an open cluster. Before we do it, I'm going to try and get us a closer view. We're going in with a Barlow, which is kind of like the closest thing I've got to a zoom in button. So the telescope, it's a fixed zoom. This telescope is f5, which if you do photography, I'm sure means something to you. Never could quite wrap my head around all the ways it applies in photography. But with the telescope, it means two things. The lower numbers are called faster scopes, which means that you get images much faster, basically. It collects light quicker. It also gives you a wider field of view. So my one is kind of right in the middle. Let's see, I've now added a Barlow lens, so until I've got the focus right. Hey, you lagging computer. You know what? I'm gonna try trick the computer into giving me more power. The screen suddenly drops. I hope it better not. Alright, battery resetting. Okay, I can hear my computer's fans going off. That's a good sign. Cool, let's see if I can find this object again. But yeah, I made a list. So we might see anywhere 20 potential objects. That should be good to look at tonight. But it depends on how long it takes to get each one. Alright, I've still got the Jewel Box Nebula in frame. I just need to find the focal points. Yeah. You can message Horizontal Vertex, he'll know exactly where I am. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything yet. Oh! And you know what? I've forgotten to do another step. So this is my Stellarium scene. The Stellarium is the... Why are you not learning? There we go. So this is the app that I like to use to visualize things, and I thought we can use this to try and talk. So put a little label on the objects that I'm trying to find. So right now I found the jewel. Oh, at least it's letting me type now. The Jewel Box Nebula. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Look at that. High tech. We've got it now displaying all the objects. The objects that I can't actually quite see right now because I don't think I've got the focus right. I might have just missed the object. But I don't really want to spend too long on this one because I've got a really cool thing lined up next that I probably won't even need to zoom in on. Alright, let me see. While I'm at this, let's get some light on the keyboard. You're running more slow than I expected. Well, I'll let that to work it out. It's not letting me see. Okay, now I can see what I'm doing on the computer. That's more like it. Alright, I'm not sure I'm going to see that one using this lens, so I'm going to go straight to the one that I'm going to go. Let's go straight to the next object. So that camera is just going to sit there being bright until... Oh wait, hang on. Do I have another tab open in the background on this thing? Oh yeah, so Song Requests is open. I can't actually hear what you're doing right now, so please pick good ones. I have a Twitch tab open in the background, so that's not going to be helping. Alright, that should buy me a few more frames. So we will go ahead and I'm going to find... So the next object I'm going to pick, I'm going to try and find Omega Centauri. So this one, it's a globular cluster. So, shall I do Carina Nebula next? Let me see. Oh, you know what? Now let's go for the cluster. For this, I need my sky map. Let me see. I mean, I say unmoderated. Oh dear. I do still have control, and I just will be mostly watching this telescope. So if you've got any cool space-themed ones, that could be fun. Omega Centauri. Where are you today? Oh, I know where you are. Let me see. So, Omega Centauri. This is one of the brightest objects in this. Oh, actually, I should show off the... You know what? I'll show off the commands later. Let's see if I can get... I want to get a really good image going. So, this one... There we go. There we go. Let's zoom in a bit. So this one's just a little bit over from the object that we just had a look at. It should be pretty easy to find. It's just a little across from... Oh, I'm cold. I might go grab my other jumper in a sec. a little bit across from the Southern Cross is the huge constellation of Centaurus. And this object, it's one of the, actually it might be the brightest globular cluster that we've got. It's kind of a weird object. Most of the things in the Milky Way galaxy, it's just like in the solar system, everything tends to orbit all in the one direction. This thing has a retrograde orbit, which means that they think this thing might have actually come from outside the galaxy at one point. Because like most of the stuff in the galaxy formed in the galaxy, and it ended up like cycling around in the same direction. There you are. Same direction as everything else. But this thing does not. So it's thought to be either the remnant of some other tiny galaxy that got caught up in the Milky Way billions of years ago, or some other weird thing that they don't know about yet. But what we're gonna see is like a big cluster of stars. So I reckon I should be able to zoom in. This one's a little bit more obvious than the last one. What else? What else is about this? So this thing, it's a bit closer to the center of the Milky Way. Well, we're looking sort of towards the center, but not quite. We'll look at a couple of real center objects. What did I note down about this thing? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's about 120 light years across. It's made up of thousands and thousands of stars, all really tightly packed together. Oh, I've got it in the field of view. Slowly moving into the center for me. All right, camera's going in. Okay, oh, we're getting there. A little closer. Oh, we could start to see. So the stars are all disks while I'm out of focus. The way this sort of telescope works is the mirror in the center, it actually blocks a little bit of the light. So while it's, excuse me, we're getting there. So while it's out of focus, you won't see a perfect dot. In fact, I don't know, we will get a perfect dot. Some of these are quite bright. Ooh. Here we go. That's looking pretty good. Yes, this. I need to stop saying that. Let's get this more into the middle. Let's try this way. Nope, too much. More. More. Oh, that's not bad. I reckon I can get it a little sharper. Let's see, is that better or worse? Yeah, that's not too bad. especially without automatic focusing on this thing. I'm getting a little bit of drift, but it's pretty good. Yeah. James Webb selfies. I don't think I've heard of these ones. You'll have to tell us. Right, where's my controls? What else can we tell you about this thing? What else? What else? Oh yeah, this thing probably has a black hole in the middle. Black holes are really hard to detect because, well, they're black. You can really only detect them by the influence they have around, like the influence they have on everything else. So usually that's either the way they've distorted, like the relative motions of other stars, or how gravitational lensing, where the actual picture you can see warping in images that you take. That's usually a sign of a black hole in the way. The other big thing is the orbits. You can work out how big something is, kind of, if you've got a rough idea how big the things around it are, and if you can work out their orbits, then like the equations, and they're not easy, but like they're high school level, so it's not that hard to work out. Oh, I'm trying to get this in the middle here, but the problem is every time I forget which way around it is. So yeah, but based on how heavy they think this thing is, they expect to find a black hole forming the core of this thing. It's basically a miniature galaxy. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm going to try now is I'm going to see... Oh, it still could be a little... Ooh! You know what? I'm going to make it a little bit sharper. Let's try introducing a filter. Okay. I'm going to try and make it a little bit sharper by cutting out some of the frequencies that the camera is sensitive to. So, what I've got here, this is an IR and UV cut rather, filter, which will reduce some of the extra blooms. Oh yeah, they do, lots of X-rays, that's true. There's a galaxy not far from here, which if I can get that in the telescope, and if we're really lucky, we might actually see some of the X-ray jets where the X-rays have displaced a whole bunch of matter, causing it to spray out millions and millions of light years into space. So, but that's a bit of a long shot target. But we'll see. Let's see how this turns out. So I'm going to put this filter on here, which will reduce some of the stuff that we wouldn't really be able to see with our own eyes. Some of the UV and some of the infrared that the camera is sensitive to try and see if that gives me... It's a little dimmer. That's to be expected. Oh, and I need to fix the focus. Might give us a sharper image. Let's get you in the middle. It's drifting just a little bit that way. So yeah, my tracking's not quite perfect. So let's give us a little bit of extra room. Oh, that's too much. Ooh, I think we just saw a meteor. So that line that just went through the field of view, possibly a meteor? Actually, thinking about it, that was more likely a satellite. So many satellites these days. You can see why they complain about them. So what we got here, this type of astronomy is called electronically assisted astronomy. which I guess is technically a type of astrophotography, but astrophotographers usually are going for really, really long exposures where they'll set up a telescope, automated, and sort of leave it the whole night basically to try and collect as much light as possible. So if I go and up the brightness on this, I will bet we get a very bright sky in the we get a very bright sky in the background. Somehow I'm a teacher despite forgetting my words every few sentences. It might be the cold, I better get that jacket. But if I do up the brightness, I bet that the sky will start to go more of a grey than what we're seeing here, because even though I'm a fair distance away from the built-up areas of Sydney, we're still nowhere near a pure sky where I am. I'm not sure if my little camera over there will actually be able to perceive the Milky Way on the settings I've got it at. It's like I made it to show the telescope setup. But what I've got here is sort of halfway to a pure sky. We've got what's called a Bortle 3 level sky. So still a significant amount of light pollution. I can see a full Milky Way up there, but nowhere near as what you get out like in the New South Wales Central West or anything where many of the actual professional observatories in my state do their stuff from. Let's see. I think that's pretty sharp. All right, let's see what we get if I go from my view to my stack. It's a little low, so we'll get a couple of, oh yeah, we can see it already. So what it's doing now is instead of just giving you the feed straight from the camera, it's taking lots of photos and then laying them on each other so that the brightnesses add up. To get fancy, you can also use a couple of subtractive frames as well to try and remove stuff like known camera imperfections. You can use this to get rid of light pollution, but I haven't quite got that worked out yet. I don't think it's going to be that effective just with this setup. But hopefully, in a couple of layers, we'll get some interesting pictures. Interestingly, I'm not really seeing too much color in this one. Oh, what type is it? I believe it's a CMOS. Oh, actually, the specs are right in front of me. How's my thing going? I believe it's a CMOS. This camera is actually one that's specifically built for astrophotography things. It's the ZWO. Well, that's in Chinese and I can't read that. It's ZWO something 585, which is specifically built as sort of like a mid to entry level astrophotography camera. It's an RGB camera, meaning what we're seeing should be sort of close to what these objects would look like if you could just see them with your own eyes, but not quite. There's a lot of other things going on that mean it won't quite be perfect. Interestingly, when I first got it, I thought I had a stuck pixel, which there was this one dot that was showing up that wouldn't go away. But fortunately, in future attempts, it did go away, and I'm not seeing anything like that right now. Oh, I can sort of see a little bit of color. I'm getting a bit more color just in the live feed rather than through the stack. Let's give this one more shot. That's a little bit too far over. So I'm gonna try and give myself, oh, wrong way. I'm gonna try and give myself a bit of room, because if you saw down the bottom during the last attempt at a live stack, that's what happens because the software is trying to compensate for the fact that the object is moving. But because it's not seeing everything the whole time, what it saw as the original frame the first time, it's no longer seeing everything that it saw then. So it lines them up, but because it's slowly moving out of frame, what it captures each time represents a smaller and smaller part of the field each time. So we'll see. I am going to go and grab my jumper, so I will be back in just a sec. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I just realized I'm still wearing the lav mic. It's supposed to have a pretty good range. Let me know if you can still hear me. Here we go. Whew. Cold. I wonder how cold it is actually out here. If I can get the computer running a bit faster, I want to have a few more little displays that can pop up showing things like weather data and time and such, and all those things relevant to astronomy. But we will see. Alright, how's our image cooking? I'm still not seeing a lot of color in this one, which is interesting. This star clusters like these, they tend to be fairly old stars. So what we've got here is there should be a couple of generations of stars in this, with bluer ones to the middle, more redder ones to the outside, but right now in this exposure we're only seeing white. So maybe I haven't quite got it exposed right, or maybe it's just too bright for this setting. Oh, hello. Oh, by the way, so chat, usually when I go to these locations, there tends to be pretty much nobody here, but I did run into a few other people doing astrophotography things here tonight. So how did it go? You were going for, what was it again?
Lagoon and Nebula.
Lagoon and Trifid. Oh yeah, we're going to see those in a little bit. Where's Sagittarius right now?
Almost dead ahead.
Oh yeah, that's not too bad. I was thinking Carina next.
That's about setting at the moment.
Yeah, I might have left that one a little bit too late, which is a pity because that's one of my favorites. And southern, oh, you can only get that from the southern hemisphere. Oh yeah. Ooh, have you got anything? Oh, by the way, let me see what scene I'm on. I can't really see what the... Oh, I'm still on my main photo scene, so you're outside that right now. But I'm currently just trying to, still kind of just getting started. It's working. I've got it pointed at Omega Centauri. Yeah, big globular cluster. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Usually either that one or 47 Tuncanae is the ones I like to finish the night on. Because, yeah, and they're seeing as they're like on opposite sides of the celestial poles. That means you usually got a good chance to see one or two of them. Yeah. Yeah, did you want to see? Oh, this is actually the stream live feed, but I'm not quite sure if I've got my focus quite right. Focus is all manual on this thing. So, yeah, but I'm still fairly new to doing the actual imaging side of this thing.
Capture the outer edges.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a bit of editing later to try and knock down some of the, you know what, I think that's enough. How much data have I got? I've got a fair bit. I'm actually getting slightly more interesting views just from the live feed, especially if I up the exposure a little bit, because I'm seeing a little bit of color variation in this here. I still think it might be that the collimation still isn't perfect. Before stream started, I ended up spending a little longer than I intended to trying to get all the bits of the telescope aligned. If the two mirrors inside are not perfectly aligned to each other, the view is not quite as clear. And with an object dominated by stars like this, that's quite important. But I think we've got a pretty good view of it. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to take a snapshot of that. And then at some point, when I remember, I'll go and dig through my results to actually give it a bit of a tweak so I can bring out the colours, especially removing all that light pollution. Yeah. Was that the only thing you were going for today? So.
I didn't have too much time.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
I'm finishing off my bathrooms at the moment.
Oh yeah. Cool. So those are the ones that you take sort of to adjust, like pick up the background, isn't it?
Takes out the background and use some of the noise.
Yeah, I haven't quite got the hang of that yet.
Makes them a lot more cover the camera and take the
Oh yeah.
timer, same location.
Yeah.
So you take a normal image with the cap on, and the software removes all the.
One of those days I'll try that. I think there's a few things I'm going to work on the telescope before I get up to that point.
Basically, essentially, my old camera because it produces a lot of noise.
Ah,
Very nice otherwise.
fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I saw that. The camera that I'm using for the live feed right now, I've also attempted... Oh, hang on, I haven't gone and... I'll do that in a sec. Oh, here we go. So, here's a little trick that I've got. You can now see what I'm pointing at. Here's a little thing I tested out just with friends a few. There we go. I can point to the telescope. I can point to the live view. But what was he saying again? Oh yeah, I tried doing a oh, hello.
Hello,
Just a heads up, you are on a live stream right now. So that's what the camera over there is too. Just. But yeah, that's the camera that I used for that. And it was really grainy because I had set the ISO way too high. But it looked good as long as you looked from the photo about a meter away. But yeah, which one were you going for again? I've forgotten. The nebula's up there?
The Lagoon and Tripid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think that's about finished now. I'm going to take some wide field. Some quick
Oh,
wide
that
field
should be
things.
fun. If I have power near the end. Yeah, well, it's good to, yeah, it's cool to run into people doing more astronomy stuff.
Nice
But
to meet you. Hope you have a good night.
yeah, hope your image turns out well. Cool. Good luck. Yeah. All right, I think... Oh, Tellurian's here. Hello. Cool. But yes, it's fun. I sometimes do run into random people when I'm out at different things, because like especially this is not a private location. This is a public area, so it happens. Cool. Right, so I've got two options now. I could go for a long shot object and try and get Centaurus A, which is a galaxy just a few degrees away from this. I'm not sure how well I'll be able to pick this object because when I'm going for dark sky objects, when it's just sort of either just myself or myself and some friends and no big computer staring at me, my eyes are much better adapted to the dark sky, and they are not. This computer does not go especially dim. So I don't know if I'm going to spot this, but you know what? I'll give it a quick go. If not, I think it's time to go into the middle of the Milky Way and have ourselves a look at some of the stuff in the middle there. So I'm going to load this up on Stellarium. It's behaving much better now. The computer has... So even if we don't see it for real... Oh, come on. How do you spell Centaurus? There we go. Autocorrect is great. Look at that. It's not very far away at all. So this is actually a type of active galaxy, meaning that the black hole in the center is actively, or at least actively given the offset. Like this thing is about, what is it? Hang on. It's about 120,000 light years away. So whatever we're seeing it is what it was doing back then. But usually when you're talking about the things in the night sky, you say, like, you kind of just add that distance in and you say, it is doing that now. In reality, it's doing that 120,000 years ago, but it's just easier to treat it as if it's happening right now. So I'll have a quick look, see if I can see that thing. If not, let's head to either Scorpio or Sagittarius and see what else we can find. Oh yeah, I have tried those, but I'm not sure if this computer, if it's going to be capable of that. Maybe sometime next year, if I look into getting myself a new computer, that could be one of the criteria that I think about, how low light it is. So my friend who is, I don't know if he's still here, but who was in chat earlier, his one is really good at that. So maybe we'll get to borrow his. So, all right, I can see, here's my view of Omega Centauri. And I can see where it should be in the sky. How's my phone going for charge? Just over there. So, one cool thing about this object was actually discovered fairly locally in Parramatta, part of Sydney nowadays. So, there was an astronomer, James Dunlop. No idea if he's related to the Tyre people, but he had an astronomy. No, what's it called? I'm a little bit warmer, but apparently not that much warmer. He had an observatory in Parramatta in sort of like the mid-19th century, where many of the objects in the southern sky, which is where we're looking right now, were discovered, or at least noted by him. A couple of these ones, some of the brighter ones, Omega Centauri, the one we were just looking at, that's been known since ancient times. And they're pretty sure that's what one of the nebulas Ptolemy was writing about, was actually the Omega Centauri cluster. But hang on. It's not always until somebody writes it down it's officially discovered. Okay. Now I'm roughly in the range where that galaxy should be. I'm not going to spend too long trying to find it because it's a 7th magnitude object. My eyes being not that dark skies adapted, I don't really want to spend too long hunting for it because I know there are things we are guaranteed to be able to spot up higher in the sky. Are we too late to visit the Lagoon Nebula? It's probably close by. Maybe we can make a quick stop there. Okay, a little bit further down. Ooh, that's something. That's something. Okay, in my viewfinder, I see a little faint fuzzy. Just about matches the description of where this galaxy should be. Alright, let's see if I can get this centered. Can I write down that I did something and say I discovered the thing? I guess. It was such a pity that my last attempt at doing a moon... Ooh, I wonder if this will work. It's such a pity that my last attempt at doing I just realized, I only just saw the message. Yeah, I didn't even have this microphone when I made these. But hopefully you got the idea. That was the joke that I was gonna make. That if like Captain Cook counts as discovering Australia, that, there we go. Yeah, that's right, that was the page. I think you were there actually. Horizontal vertex. It still feels a bit weird to say, but I guess you're seeing me as 1TW1 now rather than real name, so let's go back. But yeah, that was the joke I was gonna make. Anyway, I found the galaxy, so let's go and get that camera in. Oh no, wait. I was first going to confirm that that is the galaxy by going to a narrower field eyepiece, because I think we're on target. Let's not blast you with yellow, let's go to this scene. Ooh, I think I have it. Look, if it's not this galaxy, I might have just found some nebulosity around a star, which might look interesting anyway. But there's definitely something in there, and it kind of matches up what was on the star charts. All right, let's give this a go. If this works, this will be the first time I've actually managed to image a galaxy. I was hoping to try and image some of the galaxies in Leo and some of the ones in Virgo earlier this year, but that was still when we were first getting the hang of using the camera equipment. So basically we ended up taking too long and we missed our window because the stuff had fallen, no, what is it called? Set! The stuff had set and it was too low on the horizon to be able to properly see. Okay. I've got it in my field of view. What's sharp captured? Right. Have we got any stars yet? We're getting there. Oh, there's definitely something in there. It's faint, but that's to be expected of a galaxy that's almost 8th magnitude. So with magnitude, the way it works is the higher the number, the dimmer the object. It's like a ranking system. First object after the first eclipse stream that I attempted failed. But, let's see. Something's not quite right in my scene here. Why is my sharp cap sort of all sitting out? So it's supposed to look... It's supposed to look like this one does. With just the chat at the side and all the stars. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that now. But we can see it. Yeah. Let's see what I can do to improve. I wonder if I could try the Barlow. So the Barlow is kind of like, to zoom in, cuts the field in half by not narrowing, the opposite. It spreads the light rays. So it's kind of like zooming in. You know what, I'm gonna do that in a sec, but let's see if we can get a stack just of this wider field here. So the amount of sky we're actually seeing with the telescope right now, it's not a huge amount. What we're seeing is pretty much the same width as the moon. I do have another device called a focal reducer, which is kind of like adding a wide lens, but the one I got was from AliExpress. One of those two, and it's not very good. So probably no wider fields today. Even though it would be nice for some of the nebulas. Right, I'm gonna line this up. I'm expecting the background to glow out a little bit. But hoping that's something else we can clean up in post. Or maybe I can learn how to make those other calibration frames to compensate for that properly. Let's see. Alright. Reduce exposure. I'm also gonna go down to adjust the binning, get us a bit more resolution at the cost of a bit of... let's go down again. I'm starting to get more... I can see that the histogram is getting spread out, which is a good sign. So that means we've got more data in our image. A little lower. Let's see. I'm going to take a snapshot. Alright, let's see what we get.
Your heart is pounding and it can't be stopped. You tell yourself you're okay. It's too bad your doors can't be locked.
Oh, excuse me. Quick drink break. Oh, I think I know why my scene is not quite working. There it is. Is my sharp cap full screen? Yes, it is. I'm not quite sure why it's gone and resized itself. I'm just going to cheat a little bit. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Excuse me. So this galaxy, let's see. I've got what can we tell about this galaxy? We can actually see in this image. I'm pretty sure that gap through there in the middle is the jet stream created by the massive black hole in the center, as it sort of all the X-ray radiation and everything else that it's spitting out is blowing away all of the like a whole bunch of the matter that was in that galaxy. It's now being sprayed out. Hang on, where'd my torch go? Ah! Nope, that's the collimator. I'll find that later. But yeah, it sprays out a whole bunch of really energetic. Ooh, I just saw a shooting star. You guys miss out on that bit. Yeah. What else have we got? Centaurus A. What else is there about Centaurus A? Oh yeah, that's right. So one of the things about this one, it's a bit of a weird shape, which I might see in a sec when I go and switch to a Barlow. They reckon that this galaxy collided with one of the other galaxies, like out there nearby. These are all part of the same big, massive galaxy structure that our galaxy belongs to, the Virgo supergroup. And every couple of billion years, some of them end up colliding. This one, some of them collided some time ago. Can't remember how long ago it was, but it's resulted in this weird twisty shape, which I think we might see in a bit. I don't think this image is going to get much better. It's starting to get a little washed out, in fact. Almost too bright, so let's lock that there. And there we go. I'm going to try the Barlow again. Last time I tried this though, we didn't get very good images because I couldn't find a focus point. So what I'll do is, let's get it, excuse me, let's get it right in the center. And then I'm going to cycle through whole focus and see if I can get it. It might just be that it ends up too dim. Because when you add the Barlow, you're pretty much just getting the middle part of the light that the telescope collects. So the overall brightness is halved as it spreads out. Well, at least because mine's a 2 times Barlow, so my one halves. They come in other sizes, but my one halves. So it may just end up too dim for us to see it. Oh, the other thing is, the alignment being imperfect, it's moving a fair bit. It's worth a shot. That one I might take the partial stack, that last one, before it started to get all washed out. Alright, it's in the center. Zooming in, wish me luck. Okay.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Nope, nothing on the screen so far.
Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major
Let's see.
7, 6. Commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2. Check ignition and may God's love be with you.
Still nothing. Why is my bar not cooperating today? Let's try and rule out any stupid mistakes. I have taken everything off the bar. Hang on. When was I last using this? Could I have left something on it? No, bar looks fine. Oh, I've just pointed at the screen there. Sorry about that. No, the bar seems fine. I should be getting those out of focus circles. No, I think we're just gonna have to not use the Barlow today. I'll have to work out why it's not cooperating at home some other time. Just gone back to the regular camera setup. Yeah, look at that. Seeing things already. Focus. Alright, where's that galaxy got to? Lost it. Not seeing that galaxy in this field of view. I think we've lost it. Nope, I think we've lost it, but I reckon it's probably time we move on to something else. All right, I reckon, let's see, we've seen a galaxy, We've seen an open and a globular cluster. I reckon it's time to go and find ourselves a nebula. Let me see if Carina Nebula is still gonna be up. So just a sec. Alright, Carina Nebula is one of those ones that you only see in the southern hemisphere. So it would be really cool to show off. It's one I see quite regularly because it's bright enough that it can be observed just from the suburban backyard. But yeah, I'm looking at the wrong part of the sky. Let's jump to Carina. There we go. I think we might be too late. Yep, look at this. So that's where the Carina Nebula will be. Looks like we have missed it. It's in this area of sky. Ah, that's where it is. Let me see. Yeah, it's just about to hit this 20 degree line. When objects start to go lower than 20 degrees, you start to not get very good views of them. So, it's kind of marginal right now. Oh yeah, nah, Aldebaran. You, Talarian, I think you are thinking of Alderaan. Kind of close, I often get those two confused. But no, that's the real star. Stars have some fun names. You can see there in the bottom we've got Aspidisci, which is a really fun one to say. And we've got a bunch of these ones, which if we were out earlier in the night, these ones have got some fun stuff to see. But the Carina Neb is also really easy to find. So let's make a quick visit to the Carina Nebula. This one, this one I'm pretty sure I have some photos of already, so I'm not well, let's not stay too long, but it's pretty easy to find. So let's have a quick look and then let's head straight up to what's currently right above me, where Scorpio and Sagittarius have some cool stuff to see. Right, camera's coming out. One of the things that makes the Carina Nebula easy to spot is it's got this nice, neat little sort of diamond shape in the sky, which let's double check. Let's wait for that to line up. Ooh. I don't know how well you'll see this. How well's my camera going? How much lag have we got? Is it just delay or is it lag as well? Well, the other thing is, there's actually a Star Wars comic that kind of gets this wrong. There's this one that I saw just pasted somewhere where Leia talks about how that when she's at a different planet, she can look towards where Alderaan is and still see it in the night sky due to light speed delay. But that wouldn't work because the Death Star didn't blow up the star. And like, you don't see planets outside at least not naked eye, you don't see planets outside the solar system. All the exoplanets have been either identified by really huge telescopes or by space techniques that rely on inferring their existence by looking at the data from their host star. So, yeah. All right, I think this is just, you know what? I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try pointing my side camera up towards the Milky Way and see if we get anything. I don't know how well this is going to work because I don't think I'm on that higher sensitivity. But let's give it a go. Alright, can we see anything? Ah, no, just blackness. Yeah, the planets, it takes a little bit of knowing. But if you want to try and spot a planet, the trick is that they don't twinkle. Right now, Venus is still quite bright in the evenings, and in like 2 months, I want to do another stream of Venus. Will be one of the featured objects. So we're going to have a close look at that. But Venus, even with eyes that are struggling, you should be able to spot Jupiter and Venus. Saturn on a good night, those ones are really bright. Mercury's hard because it's so close to the sun. It's only really visible around dawn or sunset, and it's a lot harder to pick out from the surrounding stars. But maybe one day. Oh! I've just realized. So while I had a lot of fun setting up a bunch of things. Let me see if I can remember what the command is. It might need capitals. Because one of the things I'd love to do is if we get what's called a planet parade, where all the planets are up in the sky for one night, you can get to see them all. But if I can't do that, let me see. Yes, it's worked. There we go. I've done a few of these. We've got Planet Parade. I've also got got a Kerbal Space Program themed one. So maybe I'll try and stream that one day. And there's one more. What did I call it? I think it was just... Yes! There are many emojis for you guys to discover that I've gone and enabled via 7TV. So, because I haven't been able to see the chat on screen that much. I don't know what ones you've seen so far, but I had a lot of fun doing all this setup. Anyway, Mom, looks like the field camera isn't actually seeing that. Yeah, these are all the names of the planets from Kerbal Space Program. So, they're references to things, but not quite. Alright, I think Carina Nebula. Ooh, has my Sharp Cap just crashed? I am going to reboot Sharp Cap so that we can get our images again. Carina Nebula is currently sitting behind trees at my site here. So I am going to reboot Sharp Cap. In the meantime, just unfreezes. While that's coming back, let's go and pick out. Let's go straight for the Lagoon Nebula. I like the Lagoon Nebula. I used to have a bit of bad luck around the Lagoon Nebula. This was one a few years ago when I was first starting out with telescope astronomy. We were trying to see the Lagoon Nebula, and I was sort of saving it as a highlight object for the middle of the night. But every time something went in the way. One night it was clouds. The next night we had chosen a different location, one I might bring out later in the year, which has got better northern horizons. That one, roadwork arrived. There was no warning, nothing giving me any schedules. I went and searched both the local and the state government website, because that's the one who tends to do road work here. Neither of their things had any information. I went and called a hotline. The guy was useless. He couldn't tell me anything. But after several nights, wherever we went, there was road work. And then, or it went foggy. But I'm pretty sure this curse has been broken because I have since gone to see the Lagoon Nebula quite a few times. So Carina Nebula, we will have to visit another day. So right now it's pretty much, so on the stellarium scene, you can see that it's got the these grids. If I zoom out a bit, you can see it's really close to the center of this red circle, which is the azimuthal grid. Azimuthal grid? Not quite sure. But as you can see, right now, it and a bunch of the other things in the center of the Milky Way are right overhead, so it's prime time for viewing them. There's a lot of fun things to see in this one, plus a bunch of things I haven't got to attempt imaging yet. Like we've got Trifid Nebula, Eagle Nebula, Swan Nebula. Those are some great objects to see, and hopefully they show up nicely in there. Oh, I haven't fixed my camera yet, have I? Alright, let's do that, and then it's time to head to the center of the Milky Way. Where did my torch go? I've lost my red torch. The problem is some of my other pieces of equipment here are about the same size and shape, so it's really hard to feel around for them. Camera. Right. I'm not sure how much battery this camera has left, despite me having charged it. It's not really showing a full charge. So, camera view might die before the start of the end of the stream. It seems to be holding up okay though. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, Lagoon Nebula. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a different angle with the telescope here. Try and get to the things up right high up there in the middle of the There's a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the constellation closest in the sky to this nebula. There we go. Just down there somewhere. Oh, just a moment. Is there a mute shortcut? I have to work out how to do that in a sec, so I can blow my nose without you guys hearing. Okay, what am I doing now? There it is. Where have you gone, Sagittarius? There we go. Okay. About there. Cool. That's my wide angle eyepiece. Usually I use my red torch or the headlamp, but the headlamp is currently on the camera and I don't know where the red torch has got to, so... Oh, we're in luck. Here's the red torch. Wide angle eyepiece, unless it's in the instrument tray. Not in the instrument tray. Let's see. Nope. That's the aligner. There's the Barlow. There's the 9mm. Where's the 32mm? Surprisingly, it's been a pretty good quality night. It was quite windy this morning, so I was a little worried we'd be getting wobbly views. But it's ended up just enough to keep any mist away. Last time I was out in this region, we got some awful mist. You could barely see any of things in the sky. Fortunately, the camera, long exposures through the camera, we were able to still get images. Some of the ones are in that cycling slideshow there. But, oh, there's my compass. That's not... Where's that? But sometimes, if it is a really dewy night, what I'll do is I'll sort of tuck the eyepieces just under my shirt so that body heat stops them from fogging up. That one, or I'll go and directly stick... well, I found it. I can't see chat right now. Does anyone want to guess where it was? It was in the telescope all along. Well, at least I haven't used it. But yeah, fortunately, I haven't even had to turn on the heater so far. It looks like... How's the mirror? Yeah, that's barely fogged. I don't think I'm going to need much heat tonight. I might not even bother powering up the heat system on the inside of the telescope. Alright, now that I can see through the telescope, let's find ourselves a nebula. Yeah, this feels like the right place. Ooh, that's something, but it's not the Lagoon Nebula. It looks like the small Sagittarius association of stars. Ooh, there's a nebula. Let me see. Alright, I'm locking the clutches. Hold the telescope in place. Now, motor controls. This one is quite big. I'm not sure if it will fully fit through in the field of view I've got in that camera. Let's give it a go. This is one of my favourite regions of the sky to look at. Maybe next time I'll work out how to make that camera, if I can. I'm pretty sure I can, to make that camera give us views of the sky. But right now, I'm seeing a massive Milky Way right overhead. It's not as bright as it could be, but it's pretty decent. So, we are looking right up into the center. This object is about 6,000-ish light years away. It's quite a big one. Probably in my cheat sheet somewhere it has the actual number, but it's something like, oh, Zealous here. Hello, welcome in. Glad you could make it. We started a little bit later anyway, but yeah, hello. I've got an IRL camera so that you can actually see me doing stuff with the telescope, because I honestly think that's half the fun So yeah, we've seen a couple of objects so far. Mostly picking some of my favorites because I'm still trying to get used to making all this stuff work, and it's been a fair bit of scuff so far. But yeah, I am going to try and point the telescope at, oh, not that one. That'll do. The Lagoon Nebula, a big bright hydrogen, mostly hydrogen region. Sort of, it's not quite in the middle of the Milky Way. It's sort of like halfway between where we are and the center of the Milky Way, still in the disk. Here's the camera. The camera needs to go back into the telescope. There's the camera. Ooh, do I need to grab my cable extender? Nope. Can just reach. Let me see. Alright, ooh, actually, this might be a good time, especially, I know a few other people have got to drop by. Oh, heading to bed then, Gakambi? Great, thanks. Well, hopefully we'll see you around. I don't know, I might see at one of your streams next time. But actually, anyway, have a good night. On that subject, oh, hello. Welcome in. Yeah, hope so. Hopefully I get some good photos. Yeah, we're just about to, I've just had to reconnect the camera. There's been a little bit of scuff, but I was going to do a quick, oh, not that one. A little bit of this one. I might, depending on work schedule, I'm gonna have a go at some, just one of the more regular gaming streams. So if that goes ahead, it'll probably be Tuesdays at like probably 12 or 1 p.m. Aussie time. Finishing pretty, gotta finish before like 3:30 because I do have usually have at least one class on Tuesdays, but yeah, we shall see. So I have a little bit of a preview. Ooh, hang on. How do I do a shout out? How do I shout out? Let me see. Shout out. She was showing me more. Oh, so I think you were here earlier too. Well, hi if I didn't say it already. Soul Talkie. Let me see. I'm going to give the artist who's working on it right now a shout out. Ah, here we go. Is it case sensitive? I think a lot of you, I mean, at least some of you guys here know this one already. Is it with an S? Oh, somebody just followed, and I think one of the little animations played. / shout out. Now I need to remember the name, and I don't really want to have to fire up Discord. You know what? I'm just going to fire it and see if it works. Nope, it's not going to work. And because, oh, there we go. Cool. I guess thanks for the follow. But yeah, the artist is Taco Princess Arts, who I think some of you guys know of. But yeah, depending on that, I will have a PNG tuber, which we've been designing. You can see a little bit of a hint of it there. All right, but yeah, I did set up. I managed to set up all the things. One thing I didn't work out is maybe in the future. I know how people do Discord calls. I don't know how that works yet, but it wasn't going to be an issue for this stream. Maybe in the future. But let's get back to our star. Oh, I need to reactivate the camera. There we go. Camera is connecting. Seeing as the tracking is working decently well. Okay. Oh, out of the way. Excuse me. This one's going to be a little harder to focus because I've got the telescope on one side and then the screen that I'm actually seeing things all the way over here. So I've got a rough idea just by feel how much I've got to go to get close. Ah, that's close. Let me see. I don't like to move this computer around too much. It's kind of old. What's the table? I think I can get close this way. So we are going to be looking at the Lagoon Nebula. It's a Lagoon Nebula. This is like a region of active star forming. Pretty much all of these ones that we're about to see are. I think I'm just going to have to move it. Pretty much all of these ones are. They're mostly hydrogen, a bit of oxygen, sometimes a bit of sulfur and a couple of other things, but the light we will see should be a bunch of red and maybe a bit of blue. This one's a bit of a mix of stuff, mostly gases, but it's quite a complex object, so there should be some dark zones as well. The dark zones are actually caused by when stars are blowing stuff away, but let's see if we can see it first, and then we'll have a more look. Once I've achieved focus. One of the things one day I will get is the autofocuser thing that you can add to these telescopes. But everything on these things is expensive. So slowly I've been upgrading this setup. Probably the next thing I will need to get is legs, because the legs on this telescope, some of the bits are starting to go. Nope, that's worse. So I wouldn't have attempted any photography type stuff before I had motors on this telescope. I did just manually point it at last time with the eclipse, but an eclipse is a lot easier to keep track of. This needs at least some automation. Okay, we're getting there. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to have to risk it and move the computer. Okay. This is too slow and I'm just going to lose the object if we'll have to keep searching for it this method. Right. So, sorry, I can't remember what scene I'm on, but hopefully I'm not just blinding you all with orange right now, because I need to realign the actual telescope. Oh, and I think we've just lost the sight camera. I think I do have a spare battery somewhere, but I don't think I'll be able to find it. So you're just gonna have to listen instead. Here we go. It did become uncentered. Alright, I found the object again. Alright, camera's back in the telescope. Focus is about there. Yeah, this is much better. Now I can see. Yeah, this is much better. Oh, we're getting something. overthought. I'm gonna check what the temperature was, wasn't it? Not too bad considering all the different layers I've got on. And I'm just thinking, you guys are probably all warm in your houses and it's kind of cold out here. No, I'm good. I can go for a while longer at least. Trying to get focus right now. I'm also still using the IR-UV cut filter, which is probably reducing the brightness a little bit. I might trade that out for a nebula filter, especially once we go for longer exposures. Why not get any shots? Oh, here we go. Alright, I think that's good enough. Let's up the exposure and see what we can find. Let's do that and that. Ah, Repcam, hello, welcome in. I would wave to you, but the sight camera that I had pointing at my setup and stuff, which would be in the middle of the screen right now, has just died on me, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to find a spare battery in the clutter of my setup. But yeah, welcome in. I think I remember seeing you've done a bit of astrophotography in, what was that? I think that was in Bulby's Discord. Was that you or was that somebody else? Because I know you've got somewhere, you're somewhere out about in the country. But we are right now trying to get images of the Lagoon Nebula. Oh, that'll be cool. My setup, you can't see it anymore. I haven't quite got it good enough to do that sort of thing. And for some reason my sharp cap is not capturing properly. What has gone wrong? Because I can see it through my sharp cap, but for some reason it's not showing up for you guys. Let's think. I can't remember which region of the US I think it was. Why is this not working? See, on my computer, I can see the Lagoon Nebula through my software, but OBS is not showing that, so I'm going to have to... Ooh, I've seen those. The Dumbbell Nebula won't really be visible good from here tonight, but I've got the Milky Way just about overhead, which, for some reason... Let me see, I'm pretty sure I only have the one sharp cap instance open. Oh, okay, somehow... Even though it only is showing up on mine, there we go. Something went wrong and for some reason it's not quite lined up on my sharp cap capture. Let's go back to the... There we go, here's the proper one where I had to fudge it a little bit by stretching it. But yeah, we can just see the music a bit loud. Okay, yeah, sure, let's turn that down. One thing I didn't get around to doing is properly separating the channels. So that something for next time. Little bit of an experiment, this one. But let me see. I've probably got another maybe an hour or so in me. Maybe half an hour. They've given me a morning class, so I can't stay out that late or I will be struggling. And I don't want to risk driving super tired. But let's at least see if we can get this set of this set of nebulas in the middle here. So this is the Lagoon Nebula, I'm pretty sure. That's where I pointed it at. Let's go and expose this. All right. Yeah, this I would. I can't show off my telescope because the camera's died on me, which is really annoying. So it's but we've got a it's a Newtonian telescope, equatorially mounted. One I've been building up slowly over quite a few years as I've slowly acquired new parts and new gear. So it's kind of old. I bought it secondhand originally. Slowly it's been shaping up. Just this year I actually got motors so that I could actually track and automate to an extent, more mechanize the movement. But I don't have an auto guider. I have just, it's an RGB camera. So it's more set up for electronically assisted astronomy, because that's what I tend to like to do. I only get to go out like once or twice a month, so I reckon that's the best. All right, the best that I can do. I'm going to attempt a live stack now. I'm not quite sure of my, one thing I haven't quite mastered yet is getting these exposures quite right. So far I've just been filtering out all the sky glow later, but let's see what we get. The tracking's not quite perfect. let's do like a minute or so and see what we get. But we got the Lagoon Nebula, which like I was saying before, it's mostly a hydrogen object, which means it glows in this kind of reddy pinky color. Mostly hydrogen alpha. But there's also a lot of dust to it as well, which we should get to see as we expose this. So, but yeah, the camera in this one, what was it? It's a ZWO. I forget what the first letters are. 585 MC. So RGB. Right now I've got no filter. Oh no, wait, I still have the IR cut filter on it. But if this turns out alright, I might go and put my UHC on and see if that gets us a better image. Whew. I was gonna check the temperature, wasn't I? What am I up? Oh, 7 degrees. 7 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in American units, but to me it's pretty cold. I'm not that used to cold weather. I am wearing 2 jackets right now. Let's see what we've got. And my battery is running pretty well. Right. Ooh, okay, it's not as sharp as it could be. I'm getting something. I'm pretty sure I was looking for the Lagoon Nebula. I might have hit something else by mistake, because there's a lot of things nearby. No, let's leave that. Let's see what I get if I put the nebula filter on. Nebula filter, there we go. I found my nebula filter. So what this filter does, this is a UHC filter. It's a narrow band type filter, it lets in mostly just the type of light that comes from nebulas. So that's hydrogen alpha and what is it? Oxygen 3, I think? Yeah, oxygen 3, doubly ionized oxygen. So that way, light that we don't want, like light from all these annoying modern LED street lights we have in the town a little while away. Actually, there are some lights fairly close to me. They're probably not contributing as much to the sky glow, but they're making it harder for me to spot things myself. What it does is by only focusing on those frequencies, all of the other things in the sky get cut out. So we should see a better view of the nebula by getting the camera to focus on just the colors made up of the nebula. So I was aiming for the Lagoon Nebula. It's not coming through as clearly. I might have hit something else. But either way, let's put on the nebula filter and see what we get. So yeah, this is all manual. I don't have any automatic aiming on this telescope. I've got to find it myself. Wait, there it is. Find it myself, aim it myself, and hope the tracking holds for long enough. Oops, hang on, sorry, a sort of warning, I've taken the camera off so it's gonna flash. As I point it at various light sources around the place. Alright, my nebula filter is on. Okay, it's a little bit brighter, I think. Focus is still not quite right. That's worse. I'm still not convinced I found the nebula that I was aiming for. up my stuff, because I'll see if I can find a spare battery. But if I do, you guys will see again, it's a fair amount of stuff to bring out. Alright, I'm going to hit the live stack button and see how it works. Yeah, I think I've overexposed it. This is something I haven't quite worked out yet. Because I know in theory I should be taking shorter exposures and longer stacks. Because I'm trying to do it live so that we can see it rather than a long overnight exposure, I'm kind of compromising a little bit and doing longer exposures compared to what it should be. And I'm still not quite sure if I've got the image as sharp as it could be. But I'll leave this for a bit, see what we get. Yeah, see, one of the things is, because I'm to the north of Sydney, pretty much everything to the south, I've got a light pollution dome that's sort of covering it, especially the lower half of the sky. So some of the things, it's coming along all right, actually. Some of the things that I would like to see are just hard to see. My telescope does have a polar scope, but there's no South Polaris, so it's not that useful. It's set up so that I can use, what is it called? Octanus. There's a couple of stars in Octanus that it can aim at, but I've never been able to do it successfully because pretty much everywhere I've set this thing up, I've had a light pollution dome to the south of me. Even one time, about this time last year, I took it down to the south of Sydney to visit a friend. We took it out outside of Sydney. There was another town to the south. Like, we were sort of in between the two. So still, I couldn't get there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. This is coming along all right. It'll need post-processing for sure to get some of that sky glow. But I think we can do that. Actually, Refcam, do you have any tips for getting rid of sky glow? I know you won't have as much to deal with. Yeah, Knudsen, I saw your comment. See your comment just there. I remember you talking about that. I think it was in one of your streams. I did consider bringing my drone for other reasons, but it's got a light on the bottom of it. There's so many trees around my site, I don't think it would be safe. I think that's pretty good. I don't think we're going to get any better with that anymore, and we're starting to get blur. I'm gonna keep that stack. Let's do it another one. I'm gonna try reducing my exposure. No, not before I do that. Let's see if I can get a sharper focus. Alright, I've activated the binning, so each of my pixels are now working in groups of 16, 4x4, to try and get me a little bit of brightness at the cost of resolution, so that I can try and focus it a bit better. I'll use my manual focus. Let me see, what's the time? I don't know if we'll try the Lagoon Nebula, because like I am supposed to be at work at 9 tomorrow, so maybe we've got time for like 1 or 2 more. I wasn't sure how many objects we'd see tonight. I printed out, I made myself a little cheat sheet of 20 so that I wouldn't have to do too much thinking on the fly. I didn't expect we'd get, that was kind of like an extreme goal. But actually, my battery is not, it's only showing, I should check it again. Last time I checked it, I still had about 2 hours worth of power on this thing. So, oh, whoops, I just bumped the telescope. Yeah, it's using power. Oh. Okay, it's still not perfect, but I'm not entirely sure my collimation might be just slightly out, just enough that I'm not getting point sharp stars. But for quick exposures, the real thing I'm after is the nebula itself. So even if the stars are a little bit hazy, We get the idea. Alright, which way are we drifting? I should have remembered that before. I think we've got a little bit of drift opposite that way. So let's think, which way should I adjust? You know what, I don't think I need to worry too much. I got the tracking pretty close. Alright. Let me see. There is also a little bit of wobbliness in the atmosphere, so it's seeing effect. So perhaps there's that. Fortunately, the wind that I had this morning has oh wait, I was going to reduce the exposure, wasn't I? Let's not do that. But fortunately, the wind that I was having this morning... Alright. Fortunately, the wind I was having this morning is pretty much gone. Alright, I've got a live view. I'm going to go for... let's try about half the exposure we did before. And see if we can go for a bit of a slower image. Oh, excuse me. It's still fairly bright. Alright, let's see this one. And then let's pick one more. What's the time? Yeah, I reckon I can probably just do one more. Then I've got to get everything back to the car and get home to try and be ready for coding and robotics tomorrow. What song is playing right now? It's one of the Vocaloid ones. Hopefully that's just faint in the background now. Because I wasn't quite sure when I tested that at home. Okay, it's drifting a little bit. I think it's still showing up. Right, I am going to pick one more nebula. One more nebula before. So we're at the Swan Nebula. Eagle Nebula's not far away. That's quite interesting. I was also thinking small Sagittarius star cloud could be fun, but it's getting a little late, especially with a few technical issues that I had. Mostly OBS forgetting my Twitch password. So there's an object that I like to finish up with, and it's one of the ones that it's really hard to see from that one. So let's do one more nebula, and then we'll have a look at something Southern Hemisphere. Those of you guys in the north won't be able to see most of the time. So it looks like, from the way this image is going, we're just about out of frame. So I am going to, in fact, we almost might have got too much based on the sky glow. Yeah, it's just about going out of frame. I thought I had 2 spare batteries charged for the camera that's currently pointing at me, but I don't know where the other one is, and seeing as it's died already, I have to go and reconnect it. So it's just gonna have to be just this bit, but in the future, I'll have a PNG tuber that'll be sitting there chatting away. So hopefully that works well. All right, let's pick something else to see. So we're looking at the Lagoon Nebula right now. No, not the Lagoon Nebula, Swan Nebula. Eagle's not far away. We've got the Sagittarius small star cloud. I was also considering pointing this thing at Antares to see if I could see any of the reflection nebula around there. That's still in a pretty good spot. It's also really easy to find, so you know what? Let's take a quick one and go to Antares. Ooh, my buttons are moved. Updating. There we go. My Stellarium preview here will sort of give you an idea of if we had perfect conditions, be able to expose it and see all that cloudy stuff around it. I don't know what we're going to get, but it's going to be pretty easy to find. So this will be the next target. So you would be seeing an image of me operating it, but we'll just have to wait till I find the thing, and then, because I'm trying to mix it up. I like to try and showcase a couple of different objects on these astronomy streams, so to keep it interesting. And we've done a fair few, I think. Well, is there anything we've missed? We're about to do a star. We've done a globular cluster. We've done an open cluster, a galaxy, a nebula. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, we could do a double star. Omega Centauri is finally in position. You know what? Let's do that. We've seen a nebula, and those nebulas will be around. We've got a couple more months where they'll be in good position for. But I kind of wanted to make this a showcase of objects in the Milky Way and some of the southern sky objects. So let's do that. All right, Antares, here we come. Whoop. Let's not chip on over my cables here. Right into the middle. Excuse me. The camera. Oh yeah, Mizar, where's that? I haven't heard of that one. Yeah, that's kind of what I do most nights. Alpha Centauri does tend to be the thing I use to align all my stuff, because most times of year it's pretty easy to get from here. But tonight, the way where I've positioned the telescope, I've got trees covering about, it's like 30 degrees across from my southern horizon, which is okay, but it just so happens that the way the sky's been spinning, one of the taller ones was right where Alpha Centauri was a bit earlier. So we didn't see that. Okay, there we go. It's appeared in Sharp Cap. Ah, part of the Big Dipper. Yeah, we don't see that here. That's too far north. I have seen it here. Oh, here we go. Nice and bright. I have seen it in other parts of Australia, but here in Sydney, we don't see it. We're at, hang on, which way around? 33 degrees south. So we're just a bit too far south to see that. Okay, oh, look at this. That is very cool looking. Although seeing as I can already see diffraction spikes, and I can already see my mirror being reflected back at me, I don't think we're going to be able to see any nebulosity with this setup, but we can still get a cool star picture. And M4 is also really nearby, and that's a fun one to see. It's just another globular cluster. But you know what? Let's get a picture. I can knock my exposure way down for this. Oh, that's too much. I'm getting seeing effect. No other stars. Still a little slow, but you know what? I'm gonna try live stack while this is on such a small exposure. See if I get anything. Put out there. Stack. About a minute. I'm not really expecting much from this one. This is a bit of a long shot. This. In fact, we might not even be in the right region. Yep, could not align. It's not going to work. Let's just get an image of this star, spot the binary, and then I've got to pack up.
Nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say.
That's a bit too much. It's just a bit too much, but we can kind of see some of the redness in the diffraction spikes. I kind of want to see what it would look like. Let's overblow it. Let's see everything. Okay, I'm not getting much detail, but I kind of like it despite that. I'm just going to take a snapshot. And let's move on. Yeah, Antaries. Basically not Mars. So, because it's a really bright orange object. Really easy to find, especially at this time of year. Yeah, I could try that. I've been using quite a fair high gain this time, haven't I? That could be something I could play around with. Alright, one more. Well, let's see what happens if I turn down the gain. I should get clearer images too. Still don't think I'm going to get anything. Yeah, it's not working with these shorter exposures. Maybe one day I might have my equipment upgraded enough to do long astrophotography, but don't think so for now. It does look kind of cool though. Alright, let's go to Alpha Centauri. And then we'll finish with 47 Tuncanae. Because it's very tempting for me to stay out until this battery runs out, but I know I'm going to regret it the next day. Oh, where's that clutch? Gotcha. All right. it in the finder scope.
Dear God, I scant to repent my sins. Let your blood wash me clean, for I
have it in sharp cap. Ooh, I've almost pretty much split it already. You guys see that? Oh, let's go to my sharp cap scene. Ooh, what music have we got? For some reason it's not showing up in my OBS panel. But yeah, we've got it. I could try the Barlow again, but for some reason I'm not having very much luck with my Barlow, but we have it. You can just make out 2 dots, which from where I'm standing, I can just see one yellowish dot above a bluish dot, Hadar, the other one of the pointers. I'm gonna try this Barlow one more time, but for some... Oh, actually, I've still got the Nebula filter on. Gotta make sure I don't lose that. So, I've tried this a few times tonight, but it just hasn't been cooperating. I just can't find a focal point for it. I'm putting it back and forth and not seeing anything. So, maybe third time lucky? This is quite a bright object. So, okay, I am still not seeing anything. And I am sure I have had this working on this camera before. I do have my Odyssey Bunny camera in this kit somewhere, but seeing as it's almost 11:30, I don't really want to be trying to set up any more equipment at this point. No, I'm getting nothing, and I'm not sure why. Like, light is getting through. You can see it there. I have just pointed it at the camera, the other camera, which is still got the light on, but for some reason I just can't find a focus on this. I don't think I need any extension tubes or anything, but right now I don't know what's going on. I'm definitely still pointing at it.
Aw, yeah. Here's your superstar tonight. Yeah.
I'm going to use my aligning eyepiece to get it perfectly in the middle, perhaps to rule that out. And you can't see me right now, but I'm just searching around on my table. Got a special eyepiece with a crosshair, which has been really nice for helping to align the telescope. There it is. With the crosshair, I should be able to get things perfectly lined up so that I can rule out for sure that it's not just that I'm missing the objects. Because when I go to the Barlow, if I don't have it perfectly centered, yeah, there's a good chance I've just missed it. So yeah, I'm not getting any fogging tonight. This has been the first time I've taken the telescope in a while that I haven't had to do anything to deal with any dew or any any condensation or anything. I haven't even turned on my mirror's heater, despite it going to the effort of having to take apart the controller and fix a short that I found. So I don't really know if that's working. I haven't really needed it. Alright, in just a moment we'll have the star right in the middle. Yeah. It's a lot slower aiming this via motors than it was when I was doing this by hand. The hand fine controls, they would move a lot faster than the motor controls could. Alright. Really fine adjusting. So hopefully we'll get a nice split, because I know now for sure that's right in the center of my telescope's view. Alright, fingers crossed. Let's see if we get it, and if it's just that the narrow view with the Barlow has been missing the objects. This thing is bright, it's perfectly centered. Alright, let's go through the focal range. Oh, here we go. We have it. Alright, get back to the middle. Oh, speed is wrong. What speed am I at? The problem is the controller I'm holding is red, and most of the light I've got around me is red. So it can be... oh, that's the wrong one. Gotcha. It can be pretty hard to tell what settings I am adjusting. Usually I just leave it set to the settings that it needs to be. There's a setting to make it rotate for the southern hemisphere. There's a setting designed to go for stars versus planets versus the moon, which makes just a slight difference to the motor speed. And then there's a setting which adjusts how fast the motor moves. And I like to keep that on the fastest one so it doesn't take forever. But sometimes for something like this, just a single, well, not a single, just a pair of stars. Okay. This one's very fiddly, because this thing is not very high in the atmosphere. It's probably like, I mean, it's okay. Like maybe 40-ish, 35-ish degrees. But it's just enough that with the wind it's picked up a little bit. It's wobbling a little bit, but we can see it. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit further. Two wobbly blobs representing Alpha Centauri. You don't see Proxima Centauri, the one that's actually closest, but they're not that far behind. There we go. We got to see it. Alright, let's do one more. And then I need to head home. So the last object I would like to aim this at is 47 Tuncanae. This is another globular cluster. It's kind of on the opposite pole to the one at the very start that we looked at, Omega Centauri. 47 Tuncanae, it's another one of those things that we really only get here in the southern hemisphere. So you guys in the north won't get to see it, just like I don't get to see a bunch of those galaxies. But, well, you'll get to see it now. It's also really quick to find, so that will help. And also one I haven't photographed yet. Alright, it's about there. Oh, hang on. I haven't updated my... We didn't even put this on Alpha Centauri. Tuncanae. Here we go. That's what we're looking to see. Right, now to find it for real. Just a bit above small Magellanic Cloud, which is a little too low to get good views tonight, I think. But I'd love to either do like an after midnight my time stream or maybe a pre-dawn stream one day. Don't know if I'll be able to fit that in anytime soon. I'd love to do another astronomy stream another astronomy stream in September that's all themed around Project Hail Mary, because Venus will be up in the evening, and then Tau Ceti and 40 Eridani will be up, so I kind of want to spot those stars just because, and we'll have some friends on and do one themed all around that. But that will also end up being at about the time that this one was, because of where things are going to be in the sky. There it is. There's Tuncanae. And it's a little bit in the sky glow right now. It's a little bit harder to spot than usual. You can see Octanus. You can see Tuncanae. So it should be about there. It's not in a very good position for the telescope, really. If I don't see this one, we're just going to have to end without it. Right, I know you're around there somewhere. Oh, what song are we up to? I've just seen the chat. I think you might have been listening to the Flopatron, the Computer Hardware Orchestra. It's one of my favorites. They do all kinds of cool music. It's all controlled by, I think it's a whole bunch of Arduinos controlling multiple pieces of old computer hardware, like floppy drives, various types of printers. They're great fun. Alright. Often these ones, I like to spot them with my binoculars, if I can't just get them through the finer scope. I'm not seeing you today. Where have you gone, 42nd Academy? Cross is there, so you should be. Nope. I think we're just going to have to give up on this one. I think it's just a little bit too low in the sky. It's in the light blue, wrong scene. It's just a little bit too low in the sky to be able to get it with a telescope tonight. But I have stayed back quite a bit later than I had originally intended to. So I really better get going so that I'm not driving tired and trying to supervise like primary school aged children tired as well, because unfortunately, like I said, they gave me a set of morning classes, which I tend to not prefer. I'm very much a night person. But anyway, thanks guys for coming. This was fun. I hope you guys had fun. Hopefully I can work out the scarf that we had at the start, and we can work next time. But yeah. Oh, and also, hopefully next time in the future, I will have this. But yeah, cool. All right, I guess this is the part of the stream where we raid out. So I'd better go and look at who's up, if there's somebody fun to raid. And seeing as my computer is this temperamental old computer, it's still pretty good. Oh, hang on. Because I had to reset my Twitch password while things were stuffing up at the start. Is anybody... Oh! Did my OBS just crash?